Did we find the on button? Did we find the turn on button that makes everyone erect?
Alright,
and
yeah, we did that.
My computer keeps telling me to hit the any key, but I can't find it anywhere.
It's on your forehead.
Oh.
So you have to hit yourself in the forehead.
Alright. Let's see if that works.
He is now hitting himself in the forehead.
On the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not working.
You'll figure it out.
Alright.
So, we're live for session 50.
Woohoo!
50 episodes in of this, and we are still just barely scratching the 5th book of this campaign.
How many books are there?
6.
Oh, well, we're actually pretty good.
Yeah. But this one has a lot to it.
Oh.
As you'll see.
Okay. It's like the rest of the book and the 6th chapter is just like epilogue.
Well, more like prologue. Like, books 1 to 3 are more like prologue, and then 4 is when you start realizing what the hell everything really going on is.
Okay, gotcha.
And this book is where you're trying to get the weapons necessary to defeat the main bad guy who's starting to wake up and take over the world.
Oh shit. Don't wake up. Don't wake up yet.
Well, technically he's already awake, he's just gaining power.
Oh, I thought the end game weapon was going to be like a bottle of Ambien. Or ZQL.
That would be nice.
I don't think that stuff would work on a 20th level wizard.
But he's human. I don't care what human you are. You take a whole bottle of Excedrin.
But he's undead, right? He's a lich?
No, he's very much alive.
Him and other Runelords gained so much power through their training in magic that they practically became immortal.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, we last left off with you all finding the 7 keys and then Lucy burning a white dragon alive.
Yep.
And now you just have to figure out where those 7 keys go to in order to get into the Runeforge. And remember that you're all pretty much standing in the shadow of a skull carved into a mountaintop.
Might be there. Hey, let's go to the skull. Let's find this guy's hoard.
Does the glowing chrome trail lead us in the direction of the mountain?
Oh yes, it most certainly does.
Alrighty.
Where's this guy's hoard? I want to loot it.
Loot the hoard. So anyway, you all get to the base of the mountain, and sure enough, you see that there's actually a carved stairway. It is in fact a massive stairway that looks like it must have been built by giants and taken years, if not decades, to complete. And it's chiseled out of the side of the mountain. 20-foot wide and 30-foot tall stone arch frames the first steps, while the final steps lead directly up to a carving of an ancient face, its open mouth a cave entrance. The familiar 7-pointed star is etched deeply into its surface, prominently positioned at the highest section of the arch. Bones lie in ice-covered heaps along the visible areas of the stairway.
Is there a bunny?
No, there's no bunny.
I look for the hoard.
Hang on, let me grab your all's characters.
And maybe give us a bit of light. Because it's all black.
I have the light position.
Racist.
There it is. Because none of your tokens were active on the screen. So, Lucy needs no check necessary. When you all finally get to the top of the stairs, which do take a while considering each step is 1.5 feet high and 3 feet deep, with an average width of 20 feet.
Giddy.
And it rises 200 feet above ground. So when you finally make it to the top, Lucy's able to determine that this cave entrance was in fact used by a dragon as part of its lair.
Oh.
So this is where the white dragon flew down from.
Sweet!
Yep.
Tala will take point. Anyone else?
So you're
I'll
now.
be in the middle.
No, you're good. Go for it.
So this high up.
You said that rather suspiciously.
So this high up, the winds are blowing rather strong, and the surface that you're standing on is coated in a thin layer of rime, but it's not hindering movement in any way. And there's
Go ahead. Sorry.
And there's just skeletons and remains of various humanoid creatures scattered all over the entrance of this cave, with their armor and equipment pretty much useless due to the cold and time.
Tasty!
Yeah. So, Atala, what's your flat foot?
If I were flying, would that make a difference?
Not really.
My flat foot is 21.
Alright. Because two Elder Earth Elementals are going to merge out from the cave walls and strike at you.
Oh my.
Yeah. Which I also need to pull up real quick. Oh yeah. Earth Elementals. And when they strike at you, you see that they are bearing the 7-pointed star etched into their foreheads. 123. Elders. So they're each going to attempt to do an awesome blow to you. So they're actually going up against your combat maneuver defense and not your AC.
Combat maneuver.
Because this is considered a combat maneuver.
Combat maneuver defense 28.
Yeah. One managed to get a 41. So here's what happens. If the creature's maneuver succeeds against an opponent smaller than itself, its opponent takes damage, typically slam damage plus strength bonus, and is knocked flying 10 feet in any direction the attacking creature chooses and falls prone. So, yeah, you're going to be moved 10 feet back from your position, and you're going to take his 2d10 plus 12 damage. So you took 30 damage from that swing.
Alrighty.
And now you're prone.
Did we heal up from last time?
Yeah. The other one, since you're knocked prone, is just going to do a slam attack on you. So, does a 26 hit you?
Just my AC?
Yeah. You're prone, so you're taking penalties, too.
What type of penalty?
One second. Joe, being prone just knocks you down to your flat foot, doesn't it?
No, you just take a -4 to your AC.
A -4, alright. So,
Sorry, my mic was off.
So, what was their attack?
it was a 26.
No, that doesn't mean it.
That doesn't mean it? Alright. So you got
Well,
me? Huh?
What I was saying just a second ago, sorry, I didn't realize my mic was off, was that at this point, it's been so long since I've read the Adventure Path that this is essentially new material to me, too.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So now Joe will finally be surprised by something.
Yay!
So anyway, you've been knocked prone and the other one slammed the ground next to you instead of hitting you because it has bad eyes. And now everyone else can roll initiative. And I wonder if elementals can abjuration, underground. Extra planet. So, oh yeah, outsider. So it would pretty much take a knowledge arcane or knowledge planes check to know anything about earth elementals. If anyone has those kind of rolls to make real quick.
27 planes.
27 planes? Alright. Well, you easily know that they're able to travel along natural stone, as you just saw, and merge in and out of it. Let's see. You know that it's going to be slow. It can only move 20 feet, even when it's burrowing. It's going to have the fortitude, it's going to be its highest save, reflex being its lowest. Immunities, elemental traits. Jeez.
Well, ain't that a kick in the head?
Yeah. Let me see what elemental traits give it. I can just do it like this. Elemental. Elemental traits. Alright, so you know it's going to be immune to bleed, paralysis, poison, sleep effects, and stunning. It can't be subject to critical hits or flanking. Does not take additional damage from precision-based attacks such as sneak attacks. It's proficient only with its natural weapons unless generally in humanoid form. It does not need to breathe, eat, or sleep.
Well, I don't have to eat Burger King, but I do it because I like it. So
that's what you know with that roll. So other than that, let's see. I need their initiative roll. which is a manly 6. What's Atala's initiative?
36.
Lyran's?
24.
Lucy's?
3.
Alright, Atala, you get to go first.
Well, I didn't hear anything about them being immune to electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So... So let's see. This is still the first round of combat, isn't it?
Yes, and standing would provoke an attack of opportunity.
I'll go ahead and take it.
Alright, so they both go at you again. Since you're standing up, one of them's going to try to do an awesome blow again. So, he once again got a 41.
Okay, that probably hits.
Yeah, that's going to knock you back another 10 feet and down on your ass again. And the other one, since you've been knocked out of his reach, won't do anything. But you also took 24 damage.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
How are you looking?
I've had better days.
So do you try to stand again?
I mean, I didn't just give up on the attempt.
Alright. You're up, yay!
Hey!
Yay!
Standing is still a move action, so you're pretty much done.
Alright.
Lyran.
Lyran is going to charge.
Ooh. Charging that one.
Yeah.
Alright, since it has a 15-foot reach, it's going to make an attack against you.
Much better.
Does a 34 hit you?
Yes.
You took 36 damage.
Okay.
So make your roll.
And I didn't get knocked anywhere?
No. It just made a slam attempt against you.
Alright. Let's see. She's going to not power attack. So it's what would be 6 or 9. 27 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright.
By the way, they have a flat damage reduction of 10, and it just has a blank space next to the hyphen.
She says, calling upon Eridan's then Herald Asrani Erasni, Amnek and Mr. Regiment of Mortally Wounded Knights is the second battle of the Car then to stay their ground against a horde of wraiths until reinforcements arrived at dawn to rescue them. She says this as she's charging.
Okay.
And does 3 damage after the damage reduction.
Woo! Alright, they're up. The one's going to stay put since everyone's in line for him. The other one is going to come out of the cave wall just a bit more. So the one who moved is going to make a combat maneuver check against Lyran. So does a 43 make your defense?
Holy crap, yes.
Alright, so Lyran's going to get knocked back 10 feet and prone. Okay, so anyway, it's their turn. They're going to go, so one is going to go to attack Atala, but in mid-swing of his fist, he stops. And the other one stops as well. Because when Atala got knocked prone, I'm going to go ahead and say that a couple of items fall out of your pack. And one of them happens to be, surprising to everyone else, a pendant of the Shiodon rune. And upon seeing that, they stop mid-attack and meld back into the wall. Play that off however you want.
Okay, what just happened?
Atala gets really worried as she's like grabbing what items fell out of her pack and shoving them back in.
Theodore very quickly grabs at the rune, the Shiodon rune, and runs off. Or runs behind Lucy. What's this?
Lynn says it's funny, I'm not usually on my back. And it's up.
Another thing I almost forgot to do is, what's everyone's hero point count?
Alright, heroes.
A manly 1.
Yep, 1 for me as well.
4! I have more than everyone else. How is this possible?
Because you never used them.
Well,
I'm also going to give 2 extra to Will and Joe because
we're pretty.
yeah.
Aww.
And not because of whatever reason the recording was suddenly paused and kicked back on.
Oh, of course not. No.
Yeah, that was totally us working something out. Anyway, so yeah, Atala's been asked.
Her face gets a little red. It's not what it looks like.
well, it looks like you've got a pendant for these guys who just really nicely let us through.
I found that on someone.
Sure you did.
And who was that?
It was a man who was on a certain mission.
A mission to give it to you because you're one of them?
A mission to have a lot of people hurt. I stopped him before he did anything, and something much worse happened.
Can you tell us in more detail what happened?
I didn't find you at Sandpoint on accident. The person I hurt was there, or at least was going there, to retrieve an item. a shard of a lighthouse.
Lucy suddenly gets a weird, like she's trying really hard not to smile, but then Theodora just bursts out laughing. You mean he was going to get rock from the lighthouse? They sent one guy to get a rock from the lighthouse and you killed him.
Yes.
Yes!
Lamb's looking a little confused. I feel like I missed something here.
You missed a lot. So much ranting.
Stanton was right! Oh man, when he hears about this!
I'm not exactly proud of what I've done.
This is another moment like the Scrubs episode. Stanton's just sitting in his cathedral, suddenly going, something just happened. And I feel like I should rant.
The attack on Sandpoint was a result of my intervention. People were killed, buildings destroyed, because I stopped him from doing what he was sent to do.
One man got to look awesome by killing a dragon. It was a party.
No.
Yeah, Lamb says, well, I guess it's a damn good thing you have Menendez there then.
Does Lucy send an animal messenger back?
Yes, a little bat just kind of flies off.
Oh, it would be great if it was a little bird, because then it could literally go, a little bird told me.
And it's a little bird! It's a little bird!
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Stanton gets a little bird. What's his reaction?
He probably doesn't have too much of one. Right now he's taking care of a kid.
Already?
Hey, it takes a while to get somewhere by boat, man.
True.
True.
So, anyway.
Lucy says, no, Atala, it's okay. Much worse would have happened if they'd gotten that rock. You did a good thing.
I wish I felt the same way that you did.
So, you all know that you are cleared from these things as long as the rune is present. Because when she goes to put it back in her pocket, they start merging out of the wall again.
Take it out! Take it out! Take it out!
Isn't it technically Theodora who has it right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so she starts to, put it away in her pack of bottomless awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start merging, and she actually says that while she's taking it back out.
And they immediately go back.
Is she sliding it into her pack and out to see them come
Yes! In, out! In, out!
Oh, God. So, before we continue, I want to kind of bring back a house rule that I had tried running before and had completely forgotten about. What is everyone's base perception, fortitude, reflex, and will? So that I don't have to completely ruin any surprises by going like, hey, everyone make a perception check. Oh, nothing? Never mind.
This is, take 10 perception, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, 25, 9, 6, 14.
14 for will, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Atala has a take 10 perception of 28. And fortitude, reflex, and will are, I think that's 9, 13, and 11.
Lucy's?
And is that your skill plus 10 or just your skill?
It's your
Skill
plus 10. Like you're
Okay.
taking a 10 on it.
So, perception is 35. My fortitude is, and is that add 10 too?
No,
No,
it's
just
just
the total.
Fortitude 10, reflex 4, will 12.
And what about Theodora's?
Oh, Theodora. Her perception is 19, fortitude 9, reflex 11, will 5.
Alright, so I got those saved because, let's see. Now that the danger is past and you all continue into the cave, you see two 12-foot tall statues flanking the large tunnel here, each holding its hand upraised as if to ward away intruders and clutching a heavy sword in the other, kind of like the two statues in Fellowship of the Ring. In fact, you see them right there. Now, let's see, who has the first person to notice that something is up is going to be Lucy. Lucy, you notice that the statue on the north square is shimmering.
Guys? The statue is kind of, shimmering? Really?
And now that you pointed that out, everyone can make will saves. Alright, so Atala, you'll notice it.
14 plus 12.
You'll notice it. And so for
6 plus 5.
Theodora will still see a statue sitting there, but will notice the shimmering. Everybody else, the statue just suddenly wisps away. Because it turned out that it was a permanent image and not real. In fact, behind the statue was hiding a secret passage.
Theodora goes over and tries to grab the statue and, put it in her awesome pack.
She flies through it instead.
What?
Here's a bit of fun knowledge. This is one of those things where if nobody had caught on to that, you all would have been pretty much plummeting down towards a hole and then falling into the Runeforge.
Nice.
Hence the reason I decided to go with this, knowing what everyone's perception checks were behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You do know that Atala has flight for all day, right?
Yeah, but
So,
not everyone else.
okay.
Well, Lucy would probably turn into a bird or something and
True. But yeah.
maybe be able to grab Laren.
Laren would have been fine. She's got a neat little toy that she can crack, and it allows her to fly, or, well, not fly, but float.
Fall with style?
Yes.
Exactly.
So we'd have been fine, but still, okay. Secret tunnel!
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. To pretty much show that the tunnel is going to wind down along the edges of the ravine so that you all have pretty much a safe travel downward.
Oh, cool.
And said safe travel downward, after I grab everyone's tokens real quick.
It's kind of personal, just grabbing people's tokens.
Yes, I know. I'm so bad.
Sexy.
Where is it?
Oh.
Copy. Switch everyone over to here.
Trying to find this so I can link it so y'all can see this nifty little item.
Okay. and pace. So, this is where you all eventually come to.
Oh man, is that treasure?
The walls of this cavern glitter and sparkle with sheets of ice. 7 20-foot tall pillars, their sides encrusted with ice and engraved with ancient glyphs and runes, surround an 8th pillar, twice the size. Tunnels exit the central cavern, winding deeper into the mountain, yet perhaps the most notable feature are the sparkling mounds of coins, works of art, gemstones, jewelry, weapons, armor, and other things poking up from the pile that occupies the northwest section.
Theodora flies over, buries herself in the treasure, and then says, "Mine! I claim it! Dibs! Mine!"
Yeah, in fact, what you got here, there's a laundry list of stuff that's included in this, including things like a +3 half plate.
Whoa.
Yeah, a bunch of different potions and scrolls, a small size +1 mithril shirt.
Ooh! She could wear that, couldn't she?
It's for a small size. She's like tiny. Like a house cat.
Son of a... Okay.
I mean, if you want, I can read this off and then post it online later.
Yes, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, coinage, there's 39,500 copper, 9,410 silver, 3,500 gold, and 250 platinum. Tapestries, small items of furniture made of precious wood, delicate pieces of jewelry and fine art, silverware, candle holders, 6 ever-burning torches, several decorative boxes, spilling pieces of jewelry worth an additional 16,000 gold, 14 masterwork arrows, two greater dragon-slaying arrows, a belt of giant strength +4, a box holding a felt cushion with 6 round depressions, each containing a thunderstone, an ivory set of lesser bracers of archery, a +3 darkwood buckler carved with the symbol of Keonan on its face, chime of opening with 5 charges, cloak of resistance +3, a flame tongue, a masterwork suit of full plate armor decorated with onyx ravens on each shoulder, the ravens being worth 200 gold. The +3 half plate has a wolf motif to it, 6 vials of frozen holy water, a pearl of power being a first level spell, 17 potions of cure light wounds, 6 potions of cure moderate, 3 potions of cure serious, 2 potions of resist energy of 20 to cold energy. Let's see, 2 small +1 mithril shirts, a scroll of globe of invulnerability, a scroll of heal, a scroll of remove blindness and deafness, wand of bear endurance with 38 charges, wand of cure light wounds with 46 charges, a wand of magic missile being 5th level at 8 charges, and a +1 adamantium warhammer.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Theodora starts shoving things into her bag.
But I imagine that some of it has to be useful to this party. Like, I'm pretty sure Kurt would want the greater dragon slaying arrows.
Right.
I'm also seeing a goddamn dragon to the west.
That's because he would have come here if he was injured instead of dead. He would have come back here to attack.
Laren likes the scrolls, and she would probably heft the adamantine warhammer and kind of play with it a little bit.
Yeah. And would the belt of strength +4 be worth to anybody, or that might be something?
Oh yeah, she would love it.
Yeah. The lesser bracers of archery would probably be worth something to Kurt.
Yeah.
Pretty much anybody here could probably take the Cloak of Resistance +3 unless they already have one. That gives
Laren has a different type of cloak.
Because that would give you 3 points to all of your saving throws.
I have a Cloak of Resistance +2.
I don't have a cloak.
And then you got a shit ton of potions.
Yep.
I might be able to do a cloak, but
If you don't have that cloak, you need it.
okay.
So your saving throws just went up by 3 points.
The big 6 don't really apply in Pathfinder, but Cloak of Resistance was one of the big 6 in D&D. Like the 6 items you must have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's +3 to all saving throws?
Yeah, fort, reflex, and will. Alright, so now that everyone's pillaged the dead dragon's hoard as much as they can, let's see who would notice this first. Well, pretty much everybody but Theodora catches that at the base of each of these pillars is a small keyhole.
Oh. Lucy goes over to one and fits in one of the keys.
And turns it.
Yeah.
It turns twice, and then the pillar begins to glow.
Shiny! Theodora tries to stuff it in her bag, but of course it doesn't work.
No. Definitely not gonna work. So far one key has been inserted into one pillar. And it's just still glowing.
Should we maybe walk down the other paths and see what's there and before turning the others, or should we just turn all the keys, or
Maybe not like to leave this at my back, so maybe one at a time.
Alright.
Alright, so what do you all do?
Which one did she turn?
The one that he has planned tonight.
yeah,
Pretty much. Well, let me go ahead and say this. When you go down that tunnel, it leads into an empty cavern. Like, there's absolutely nothing there. But it does look like it was dug out at one time for a specific purpose, but now it just looks like a normal cavern.
Okay.
Well, maybe we put the rest in.
Sure.
Alright. So, you put the other 6 keys in the pillar and turn them. And when they all start glowing, their lights shine onto the central pillar. And the central pillar erupts into a vertical portal.
Oh my.
And the keys all disappear from the keyholes.
Leanne looks around and says, "Well, let's go."
Okay.
She pulls out her long spear and goes through spear first.
Alright. Maximum effort. I can't help it. That's how it's written.
I know. I just imagine Atala's making that noise. As they're going through.
And everyone else is going, what's that sound you're making with your lips?
Automotive transport. It's gonna be big.
So, you step through the portal, and you come to a long hallway. Here's a couple things that you notice about this new room that you're in. Let's see. First of all,
There's no way out.
oh yeah, the portal does actually close behind you.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
You would know for a fact that you stepped through a dimensional portal, so you're all no longer in the material plane. However, nothing seems to be remotely different about where you're at. The gravity feels the same. No, the gravity feels the same. Anything else would be too meta. But you do notice that the air is very clean to breathe in. It's almost like you're breathing in nothing but fresh air from outside, even though you appear to be in an enclosed space.
This is very strange.
If any of you attempt to check a compass, it still points north instead of just spinning madly.
By the way, is this hallway 7.5 feet wide, or because looks like Lucy's like halfway in a wall.
It's supposed to be a 10-foot wide hallway. I don't know how the map came up the way it did, but
Alrighty.
Let's see if you have a different grid overlaid on it.
So yeah, another thing you also notice is if you are all experiencing any form of mild hunger or thirst, that's also suddenly gone. It's pretty much exactly like when you all stepped into the ancient library. There's a field around this place that's keeping everything fresh, sustained, and unaging.
Laren is grinning from ear to ear.
What's got you so happy?
This is my thing. Different planes, different areas of existence.
Basically, for player knowledge,
To boldly go where no woman has gone before.
Basically, for player knowledge sakes, you're all in a demi-plane. You're pretty much in a plane within the material plane and not any pure separate plane.
Can we call it Lovato?
Sure.
Demi? Lovato?
Yeah, I caught it right away.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
One of the...
Luckily, we don't have to listen to it except for tonight.
You rat bastard.
One of the things they have written in here is, if for whatever reason a party tries to manipulate the walls or break through them for whatever reason, you would find outside the walls just a void black space filled with breathable air. And should you accidentally fall off the edge, it's exactly like glitching through a video game's world. You will just fall for eternity. Unless you have some mode of transportation to get you back on the solid ground.
Freaky.
But you all don't know that. You're just encased in a hallway right now.
Laren might know that.
True. No one break the walls.
She takes that adamantium hammer and starts beating at the wall until there's a giant void in front of her.
Wait, what are you doing? Don't break the fourth wall.
Hey, Theodora, go out there.
Okay.
Well, Theodora can fly, so
I know.
She starts flying, and when she comes back, it's not long before she comes back. She looks freaked out.
Laren's just chuckling.
Where the hell are we?
This is a demi-plane. There's a small place up it that exists. but the rest of it just goes on for eternity in that void out there.
She clings to Lucy. Just mind blown.
Oh, yeah.
So, shall we continue?
Yes.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion's it? Putting on the ritz.
Lance taking point.
Alright.
Have you seen the one?
So, eventually you're going to come to a domed chamber that is nearly 200 feet across. And a large pool of bubbling, prismatic liquid occupies the center of a raised dais in the middle of the chamber.
How well is this demi-plane lit?
It doesn't necessarily say, so that's why I imagined pure darkness, but all things considering, I think I'll go ahead and light it up.
It's like weird.
Yeah, I want to see this prismatic liquid.
It's like weird Morrowind lighting.
Yeah.
And somehow, like, everything's lit up, even though there's like no central light source.
So,
Yeah.
as you see, the 7-pointed star is engraved into the marble floor, with each tip of the rune pointing at 25-foot tall statues facing the pool with its back approximately 10 feet from a partially concealed arched opening in the wall directly behind it. Each statue depicts a different figure, but are all finely detailed. So, going around the room, clockwise, starting at the very top, you have the one that you would all recognize as Karzog. Him being the feature of a towering man with gems set in his forehead and hands, dressed in robes and wielding a burning glaive.
Theodora starts to pry the gems off.
Does it look like the cover of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons book with the thief trying to pry the gem out of the...
Yes.
Again, going clockwise, the next one, you wouldn't know the name, but it is a short, smiling man with a hooked nose and beady eyes wearing robes and wielding a spear. Then you got a heavy-set woman with a sneering visage and an imperious stance, dressed in a flowing dress and wielding a halberd. Then a voluptuous woman with a seductive look, large eyes, and long flowing hair, this statue being nude and wielding a double-headed grismar? It's like Guisarme.
Sexy!
And then a strikingly handsome man adorned with a close-cropped beard and a charming expression. His form is dressed in extravagant clothes and wields a hammer. A gothic beauty with wild hair and a somewhat insane expression. This woman wears a long flowing dress and wields a rancier. And lastly, an obese man with flesh rotten in places so that the bones show through, wearing a ragged robe and wielding a scythe. All 7 of those statues encircled around and staring at the pool of water in the middle.
Does Theodora get the gems?
No.
Oh.
No gems for Theodora.
2 things to link. That is the item that Laren had that would have saved her neck.
Carving looks like a hand-sized leaf. It is usually worn around the neck on a strap so that it's easy within reach. Activating a snap leaf is an immediate action that gives the bearer the benefits of feather fall and invisibility. Duration of the 2 effects work independently. Ending one early does not affect the other. The item cannot be activated to provide just one of these 2 effects. They are always activated simultaneously.
Neat.
So she would immediately snap it and would be invisible and have Featherfall. And then this is the one that Theodora thought was sexy.
Oh yeah, the lustful Runelord.
She's not nude. She has clothes on.
Well, I mean,
Well, the statue is depicted as nude.
Okay. Yeah.
She's the one that Joe said in another adventure path a player could accidentally be turned into.
Really?
Yeah,
You mentioned that?
accidentally.
Don't drink the waters, kids.
She has a really cool looking miniature for a different adventure path. Where did I put? There it is. Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's the one that we found too on Google Images.
So the one you linked is a little bit of
Better
quality.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Because that one kind of looks handmade, even though it's the same stance and all.
It's hand painted, but
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, what do you all do? So that's the chamber you're all in, and currently everything it's just all quiet, with the exception of the water, kind of sort of bubbling.
I don't like the water. Can we not go and stay with the water? Can we go somewhere?
And I'll also remind both the party and the audience that the reason why you're all here is to find the weapon or weapons necessary to defeat Karzog.
She kind of comes over here and points down this hallway. Oh, this way.
Okay. Theodora flies to the entrance and puts the statue between her and the water.
I thought I was going to ask, why this way? She's going to go, oh, the air smelled less foul this way. When in doubt, always follow your nose.
Just follow your nose. Follow your nose. I need to check something real quick. So, Joe, you said Liren wouldn't really have much sin points in anything, right?
Pride.
Oh yeah, pride. Let's see. Envy. So.
I really don't have one of guilt, so it's kind of hard to,
In which case, no matter where you go in this Runeforge, you would just always have this unwelcoming feel about you, like, I really shouldn't be here, but not really in a threatening kind of way. But, let's see, so...
You don't belong here.
You sound like Effie.
Evocation?
I just remembered. Because you're a knife here.
So let's see, who's... Gluttonous?
Sorry. It's right.
Alright, so... Alright, so... Yeah, that'll come in to play once everyone actually enters the chambers proper. The whole sin point things in So,
Lucy follows everyone else.
So, Atala, since you're the first one to enter, you hear a voice booming out a resounding command. Stop!
In the name of love, before
You see that the source is a large, disembodied human mouth stretched across the ceiling of the hallway you just entered. And it continues. These are the abjurant halls of eager striving. Know that your powers will be crushed and you shall die, for you are not worthy!
How does it brush its teeth?
Laren appears less than impressed.
Yeah, that's all it does.
You are not worthy!
It just kind of frowns.
Ha! You don't have a comeback for that, do you? You're just a floating mouth!
You are most certainly not welcome in these halls, gluttonous being.
Well, too bad!
By the way, Theodora feels a little weakened. Basically, for being somebody so gluttonous, she is now taking a -2 to her attack rolls,
Oh, shit!
her skills, and her saving throws.
Son of a... You're gonna have to remind me of this. I'm writing a note, but...
Atala's turning on and off the lamp on her head, wondering why it's not opening a door. That's another Fable reference for people.
Okay.
The very first demon door you come across in the game, in the Heroes Guild, you turn on by lighting up your lamp.
Awesome.
Yes.
So,
Lucy approaches.
it's already spoken, so it doesn't speak again.
Would you like some tea?
It doesn't speak.
I guess not.
Nope.
Okay.
We're gonna move along right behind Atala.
Alrighty. And Atala will have used some charges from her wand of Cure Light Wounds to heal herself back up from that ass whooping.
Yeah.
And Lucy... Do I have another charge of that? Lucy's making the fire grenades again. Just, to have.
So, a wide staircase of stone descends into a large, partially caved-in chamber. The murals and decorative reliefs on the walls have all been blasted and fractured from what must have been a titanic war of magic. Human bones are scattered here and there, and flames periodically flicker along the walls and the floors, as if this room still resonates with the power that was unleashed here. Electrical discharges spark from a silver rod protruding from the floor in the center of the room. It almost looks like the metal rod was fused with the stone on the floor.
Hey, Atala! Why don't you go touch it?
She first kind of checks and makes sure. She kind of touches her sword to the ground to ground herself first.
Anybody here with the knowledge roll can make a knowledge arcana or maybe even a spellcraft check.
Look at that!
Because as you're all watching it, it's got electricity surging around it, and it has a magical aura to it.
33.
Alright, so you recognize that this is a rod of cancellation, and it is also badly damaged. And damaged magical items can be kind of dangerous.
It would really help if we had someone who was a ranged attack specialist who might be able to damage this at a distance.
Well, you basically know that right now it's just slowly building up energy, and when it builds up enough, it's going to release a wave of mage's disjunction.
Oh, neat.
What does that do?
It's something that affects magical items and spell effects.
So my grenades?
You mean all this enchanted stuff we're wearing?
Oh,
All that
shit.
stuff we do?
In fact, let me bring up the spell.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's see.
I'm surprised you actually gave us that information and didn't make us work for it.
With a 33 Arcana check, I'm pretty sure that would let him know what the rod is incapable of doing. Okay, all magical effects and magic items within the radius of the spell, except for those that you carry or touch, are disjoined. That is, spells and spell-like effects are unraveled and destroyed completely, as if a dispel magic effect was used on it. And each permanent magic item must make a successful will save or be turned into a normal item for the duration of the spell. An item in a creature's possession uses its own will save bonus or the possessor's will bonus, whichever is higher. If the item saving throw result is a natural 1 on the die, the item is destroyed instead of being suppressed. You also have a 1% chance per caster level of destroying an anti-magic field. You can also use the spell. Yeah.
That's it, if it was being cast.
Yeah, so, yeah. So yeah, anything on your person that's magically enchanted could have the chance of becoming either a normal item or completely destroyed when this thing goes off. And I'm going to say a spellcraft check will know how long it will be before this thing erupts again.
I don't really have spellcraft trained.
32.
Okay, it's pretty much going to go off in the equivalent of 6 rounds from now.
Wait. I just want to review the situation.
How large of a radius are we talking?
This demi-plane is sitting around for thousands.
It runs off a 17th level
Somehow.
power.
This thing.
So 25 feet.
Is going to
25
explode
feet plus 5 feet per
in
2
the next
levels.
6 rounds.
So like in the next 30 seconds, around the next 40 seconds,
Yeah.
this thing is going to explode.
Yeah.
And it's going to do its thing.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up timing.
I bet the mouth had something to do with it. I bet you.
So what if we all just backed up and let it explode and then went in?
Yeah, what was the radius?
It's going to be 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels, and it's running at a caster level of 17.
Oh.
17th level wizard.
110?
110 feet.
So we should probably start running
But
now.
that would include anything that's in this chamber.
You pretty much know that this thing's been going off for a while, so there's nothing left in this chamber that would be magical.
You know what would be awesome? If we had our martial people
Yeah.
here with us.
Yeah. You know what? Theodora could take off all of her enchanted stuff and then just go snoop around. Once we get out of range.
Wait, like, we're talking like 116...
We're talking about like on the other side of the Runeforge.
Yeah. Because if we...
Or the Rune Well.
Yeah, like, if this is roughly where the...
It says in the trap's stat block that it's only targeting anything in area E2, which is the room that it's situated in.
So the mouth has like an anti-cancellation field.
I'm pretty sure it's going off the concept of it's so damaged it can't even reach its full range, since it's just erupting spontaneously.
It's like, if we're talking like 110 feet, it's like reaching all the way to the almost to the forge. It's probably reaching into this area down here and doing some damage. This area off the map.
Yeah, so In reality, according to its trap lock, it's only affecting everything within this immediate chamber.
Would he know that from his Arcana roll?
It would be a best guess for him. Well, what you said it was like a 33 or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah, you would know that.
Yeah.
It's so damaged it can't reach out its full range. You figure you're probably safe and sound at the top of the steps, even.
The 3 people who rely on magic.
It has a disable device DC, it has an AC, a hardness, and a break DC.
I have disable device. Here. She starts taking off her enchanted items.
Okay.
Here, hold these. I'm gonna go disable it.
And since it's magical, you know that spells like disable magic could also hinder it in some way. Just saying.
Don't have that.
So Theodora's going to go rush in and try?
Yeah.
Alright.
Six plus 11 because of the -2.
That is going to not be enough. And since Theodora failed so hard, it instantly lets out its charge. And just as Atala figured, it stops pretty much where each cavern begins and at the bottom of the stairs. And since Theodora was wearing nothing magical on her, nothing happens.
So can we just take a 10 or take a 20 and
Permanent polymorph.
Hmm?
Permanent polymorph.
Coming from a golden time dragon to high level.
Okay. I just thought of that. It's like all of a sudden there's this huge dragon filling the chamber. Oh shit!
Too high level, the spell
Okay.
has survived.
Okay.
Because I said so.
Okay.
But now that she set it off, you know that it's going to be building energy again and is therefore just going to sit there.
so it's just going to be charging for the next 1,000 years until the next adventurers come through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give or take.
All right. So I take it now that it's disabled, we can head it on in.
Not disabled, just drained.
It's limp now. You gotta get it hard again. Yes.
Oh, jeez. So, you have hallways to the north and a hallway to the south. The rest of this chamber looks like it's very caved in and destroyed. Someone was not happy with the denizens of the Chamber of Envy.
Evidently. The south part looks glowy.
South Park?
Part.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Atala takes out a coin and flips it. Let's go south first. Figuring that she guessed, you're not quite sure why she flipped the coin in the first place.
That's fine.
So, heading towards the southern chambers, thick sheets of ooze lie in pools along the floor of this room, and the air carries on it an overwhelming stink of eye-watering mustard and vinegar.
Tasty.
So, despite the fact that the Runeforge is constantly recycling air, this area is, for whatever reason, so foul-smelling.
I feel like I should have some chips right now.
Like with fish?
Yeah. Mustard, vinegar. Getting hungry.
Is Liren following them, or is Tala just going alone?
No, Laren's following.
Lucy's following at a distance and back.
You know, if something pops out, it's going to be very tight quarters for the both of us.
Good thing she has reach.
Do I have to roll perception to see stuff? Or...
Aren't we doing passive perception?
I'm normally doing passive perception, yes, but you all can still request to make perception rolls if you want to make a higher attempt.
Nope. It's like a 10 on perception. So 28. Do I see anything?
Nothing other than what I already described.
I got a 12. I got 2 points higher. Or at least you did.
27.
So
Lucy got
37.
37? Alright. Lucy is definitely going to notice the ceiling, which is also caked in ooze, does not seem as perfectly still as a ceiling should be.
It's like that one boss in Majora's Mask where in the water temple thing where you look up and there's all those bubble eyes, isn't it?
Well, pretty much, more like you could swear that it's rippling.
Oh boy. Guys, that's something's wrong. It looks like water. I'm not going in there.
But where you're all standing right now, there's just nothing happening other than Lucy saying something's wrong with the ceiling.
So we look up.
And again, just now that she's pointed it out, you all pretty much see it too. You could swear that there's faint movement to the ooze that's on the ceiling.
To the ooze that's on the ceiling?
Yeah. The whole area is caked in yellow ooze.
I'm going to roll knowledge nature to see if there are any creatures in the natural world in Gaia's realm that would, like, be oozy like this. Awesome. 18 plus 3.
No.
Okay, then, if you guys will step back, I can burn it. Okay. Okay.
Does Liren stay put?
She's moving
Produce
to here, I guess.
Produce flame.
Okay.
So it's 1d6 plus 9. So that's 4 plus 9.
Produce flame.
Yeah.
So you're trying to reach up and touch the ceiling with some fire?
Yeah.
Alright,
And I'm a few steps forward.
make a spell resistance check real quick.
Well,
Because it says produce flame has a spell resistance to it, so make a spell resistance check real quick.
what's the spell resistance?
Roll a d20 plus your character level.
Oh, okay. 16 plus 13? We're level 13?
So yeah, you definitely manage to affect it, and you get a 1d6 plus 6 since you get a maximum of 5.
Oh. I had 9. What's 9?
Yeah, it says you can strike your opponent with a melee touch attack dealing fire damage equal to 1d6 plus 1 point per caster level with a maximum of 5.
Oh. Okay.
Or you can hurl the flames up to 120 feet as a thrown weapon.
So it's 4 plus 5 then.
Yeah, so you strike it. Nothing necessarily happens, but there is definitely far more movement now since you didn't damage it, but you agitated it.
Okay. So I take out my stick and I poke it.
I'm going to be nice, and instead of having it instantly drop on you and start devouring you, agitating it more is going to make it do its toxic gas ability. So now give me a fortitude save.
Oh. 11 plus 13.
Will Aaron need one as well? Or is she good?
Lyra needs one as well since she's within 10 feet.
Okay.
Atala as well.
She's out of range.
Nice low roll.
So, you said 11 plus 13. So, you made it. Atala did not.
Well, I was Atala supposed to...
I mean, Lyran did not. So, Lyran is now slowed.
Okay.
And the cloud is going to remain for 4 rounds. It's still sticking to the ceiling. For whatever reason, it's not dropping down yet. So, I'm giving you all the chance to either back away or initiate the fight.
Lucy's going to back away.
Dupe. Laren, Atala's gonna drag you out of there. So we're gonna make
So she'll just move back. She's not...
When you're all out of the area, it settles down again. And I need my power tool.
Sorry, Mr. Poison gas farter thing.
Farter. So, now what do you all do?
Go north?
Absolutely. Who that? Alright.
Sorry.
Alright. We're back from our bathroom break and we got candy.
Tea flavored? Green tea flavored? You like green tea flavored?
I mean, I like it when they make it sugary like this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm a black tea guy till the day I die, but, you know, you add enough sugar to it, I'll drink it.
True.
So, you guys want to go to the north tunnel, right?
Yes.
Decorative lanterns illuminate this otherwise mostly bare room. A tiled path and the granite flagstones lead from the entrance to 3 steps, leading down to a mirrored surface.
Oh, hell no.
And the mirrored surface is actually not a surface, but liquid.
Not touching it. Nope. Not going in there.
There we go. That's for Theodore.
Yep.
In fact, it's liquid silver.
Well, closer if I have an empty cup.
Laren pulls out an empty cup and tosses it to her.
Yes! So Theodora crawls towards the surface and tries to fill her cup.
It easily goes in.
Or like Gerda's holding your wings as she like leans over.
Yeah.
It easily goes in.
Yes!
In fact, Atala, you do sense a magical aura about the liquid. But other than that, it looks like absolutely nothing you've seen before.
Knowledge Arcana.
Again, it looks like absolutely nothing you've seen before. There's no roll high enough.
I put a lid on it and put it in my pack. And search around for another cup.
Because player knowledge-wise, whatever this liquid is something that was created by the people who used to work in this section of the Runeforge, and since they're long since dead, any knowledge of it died with them.
What's it taste like?
It's liquid silver.
Oh. So
it's mercury.
Yeah.
So it's mercury.
Yes! We need people to go insane from that. We need Mad Hatters.
Yes. So Theodora is loading up on
Goddamn mercury.
cups and cups of mercury and flasks.
A single dose of it is going to be worth 2,500 gold.
Oh, hell yeah!
Wouldn't really be able to tell that from looking at it, though, would you?
No.
It's liquid silver. Come on.
I've played enough Morrowind to know that you inherently know the value of every item you're looking at.
Right.
Yeah. So, considering the fun that we've been having,
And the fact that it's like 9/11.
yeah, it's 11 minutes after 9. We could probably call this a good stopping point, right?
As we're all drinking a bunch of mercury and going fucking insane.
There's obviously something important about this.
But as of right now, you do not know.
Okay, we gather some of it up and take it with us.
Yep.
Theodora is getting as many containers as she can to hold this stuff.
She's dumping out like cure light wounds.
Yes!
How much is there of this?
Huh?
Is it like a giant pool of it?
Is it like
Never ending
eternal
pool?
or?
Oh, let me check real quick.
Will there eventually come an end to it?
It doesn't give any hint of how much of it there is, which is funny considering it has a gold value to it.
So we could just drain this whole thing.
Yeah.
If we have enough flasks. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to call it here. And next week, to celebrate this being session 50, we'll be doing the one shot. Yeah.
The one shot of Weeby Goblins. And, John, are we making our own one-shot characters for it, or are there pre-gens?
There are 4 pre-gens presented in the Weeby Goblins 2. So, I think they're all like first or second level though, so I can easily throw together a couple extra for. Because if I remember correctly,
if there's more, you're supposed to double up on them.
Yeah. If there's what?
If
Supposed to double up on them.
Yeah.
Oh, on the
So,
pre-gens, yeah.
We can give them different names, obviously, but basically they're saying 4 characters.
I know one was an alchemist, and I'm pretty sure one of them was also a fighter too. So
I played the alchemist.
Why can't we? What if we all just played alchemists? like we just use different names, but they're all the same fucking character.
can do that.
Oh my god.
Well, we're supposed to double up, right?
Right. So
Oh, you heard it here, folks. We'll be doing Weeby Goblins 2, since that's the only one I have a physical copy of.
Alchemists.
all alchemists.
Why not get Weeby Goblins 1? Or the first one?
I would have... That's one I don't have a physical copy of.
It's free, isn't it?
Yeah, the problem is trying to find it. Hang on.
Like, download it from their site?
I really just want everyone to play one class just to see how horribly we can all get killed.
Yeah. Never
We
mind.
come across the first. We come across like the first wild pig. It just murders everyone.
Never mind, the PDF is free.
Yep.
Yes.
So, Weeby Goblins, the first Weeby Goblins?
Let's do the first one.
Alright, so we'll do the first Weeby Goblins. And if the first Weeby Goblins has alchemists in it, everybody will be alchemists.
Yes.
If it doesn't have an alchemist presented in it, I'm sure that once I read off what is in there, everybody will want to be one of everything anyway.
Yes. Just a party full of nothing but fighters.
I don't want to be a fighter.
Full of nothing but clerics.
Okay. I'd be okay with that.
Because we'd all be evil and we'd all have to channel negative energy. And we wouldn't have near enough charisma to keep from hitting everyone else.
Oh god, I got it currently downloading, let's see. Bear with us folks, because I want to see what is offered in this first one before we cut off. Okay, open. Let me see what you have. Because I'm pretty sure it's like in the first couple pages what characters it lets you choose from. So, I'm kind of sorry that our 50th session almost went for broke because of only missing a fighter and a slayer.
Yeah.
Only.
But
A slayer and a fighter. I mean, those are pretty big components of a party.
with a slayer being both a ranger and a rogue rolling one.
Well, when you consider we're like a 5-person party, and so to miss 2 people, you're missing 40% of your total fighting force. So.
Well, I also consider that since everything in the adventure path is built for a 4-person party, and we were just down to 3, I thought we'd be okay. And then,
Nah.
Then we got to the elemental fight. And I was like,
Paizo doesn't play that shit.
Okay, so you get a fighter, rogue, cleric, and alchemist.
Alchemist! Everyone's an alchemist!
in the first one?
The first one.
No.
Alright, so
Everyone's an alchemist!
everyone's
Yes!
an alchemist.
Yes!
Everyone's an alchemist, and we
But that kills a lot of the fun of it.
I don't care. The fun is seeing how horribly we get murdered.
No, each of them have a specific setup. So it would make it a lot more interesting if we...
You rat bastard, you're ruining my fun.
if I
I've
remember,
never played it, but I know it would be a lot more fun if we each picked one.
Okay.
and you said it's fighter, alchemist, cleric, and what else?
Rogue.
Rogue.
I would be okay with rogue, cleric, or alchemist. So, whatever anyone else doesn't pick, I guess, other than fighter.
If I roll up a goblin paladin.
Oh. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to that. I'm pretty sure they all have different characterizations to them too.
Yes.
That's supposed to be what half the fun is, that they have characterizations to them that you can play up to as well. What page is that on?
It's at the very end of it.
Oh, okay, so last page.
What's your say?
Okay, let's see.
Let me find it.
It says,
Okay, here's the alchemist.
share a secret.
Ah.
Here's the alchemist.
I've been
10-year-old...
perfectly honest with everything I've ever said. So.
10-year-old mug merch is deranged. He lives with his mate, Renty, who has an irritating habit of licking his face clean in public, especially when he leaves the village. She thinks his use of alchemy is very clever, and while she loves the flavor of Murgmitch's experiments leaves on his face, she worries that he'll someday blow himself up if she's not around to watch. So that's the alchemist. Then you have Pogue of Zarangal, the cleric. Let's see. A frightening little cleric of the goblin deity, the sacred god of dog-killing, fire, and most holy mounted combat. Pogue isn't very good at mounted combat, is his not-so-secret shame, so he funnels most of his energy into attempts to overachieve at his god's other sacred teachings. Killing dogs, although he hasn't killed one yet, he hopes to someday, and lighting fires, something that he is already very good at.
I can do that.
We just burned down our own village.
Then you got Chuffy Lickwound, the rogue. Sadistic and horrible, he loves to sneak up on his enemies and stab them. If he gets the chance, he also likes to light fires. Lighting fires is Chuffy's idea of great fun, almost as enjoyable as causing big explosions.
I could be him, too.
And here's your fighter, Rita Big Bag. Likes to torment small harmless animals and usually has a pocket full of such creatures in case she gets bored. She finds it hard not to shout when she speaks and loves taking risks in combat to scare her enemies. So there are your 4 base characters to choose from and their personalities. The other 2, depending on what everyone picks, will have to have their personalities made up on the spot. And each character also comes with their own song.
Oh.
Rita Chop, Rita Bite, Rita Slay, and Rita Fight. Rita Stab and Rita Smite. Rita kills it all just right.
We should say some of this.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Just hand out character sheets next week.
Yeah, that's a little taste. So definitely.
Yes. Yes, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun.
And then everybody's going to have to sing the song.
Yes!
Goblin does.
I'm definitely going to have to read through this and set up the one map that it has. And yeah. What's this? What's at least the summary of this? The Licktoad goblins of Brine Stump Marsh have stumbled upon a great treasure. Fireworks! Yet, unfortunately for them, the tribe member responsible for the discovery has already been exiled for the crime of writing. Because goblins believe that knows that writing steals words from your head. To remedy this situation, the Licktoad's leader, his mighty gritness chief, Runelords, has declared that the greatest heroes of the tribe must venture forth to retrieve the rest of the fireworks from the derelict ship stranded in the march. In order to prove themselves as the bravest goblins, the PCs must complete a series of dangerous dares, from swallowing bull slugs and braving the dreaded Earbiter to dancing with Squealy Nord himself. Alrighty then.
This will be fun.
Please look forward to that.
If you don't, we will kill you.
And at that,
And set you on fire!
and on that, we will cut off the recording and say goodnight.
Night!
Get the hell out of her house.